Yeah, we poop in a bucket. At least we're not pooping on our financial futures by paying a large sum in rent just to say we live in a flashy city.
No!
It's empty. Your turn. Oh.
Nothing.
It's also empty.
Wait. Third time's charm.
Okay. Ready? Empty.
It really was a charm. You know why? Because most of the gifts, folks, said with love, please don't come at us or do in the comments because it will drive up our algorithm stuff. Most of the gifts wrapped under trees this year are there because we were told they should be there and they'd make us feel better. But the fact is, almost none of them have a darn thing to do with our long-term goals.
Honey.
Huh? Are you ready?
Won't know until we try.
Only one way to find out. I gotta hit that button first.
YouTube round 2. Here we go. You last found us in Turkey, but a year's passed and a lot has changed.
For instance, we had to come back to America, where we started off, going back to our property in West Virginia,
Where we bought our new electric car and adopted a new electrifying family member.
but not for long.
Not long at all. We shortly after made our way down to Austin, Texas to work at the Tesla Gigafactory.
Crazy experience.
Wow.
Got even crazier when it became 112 degrees and we had 12-hour shifts outside in the weather. So we got on an app, found ourselves a colder place, and that landed us
In Colorado, where we're now celebrating Christmas in our garage home just outside Denver.
And you have to ask yourself, why? Why would you be doing that? You have property? Yes, we do. We've never talked about that. We are fortunate enough, after years of work, to have property that we can actually rent and make money from. Yet here we are with our best jobs ever, living in a garage. Why?
What?
Well, it's time to find out. But first, we got to get working on our Christmas to-do list. Can't hot cold coffee, please. Now Christmas can continue.
Eddie, damn it! Times have changed. Men can't tell women what to do anymore.
So it's our turn to tell you why you should follow us.
Well, it's pretty simple.
We're gonna do the odd, weird, uncomfortable, sometimes even the wrong thing.
So that you don't have to.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty redonkulous because, you know, we're pulling a camper that's probably gonna be about 1,000 pounds heavier than it should be for our car. Don't tell the people at our warranty.
Please. Once we get to our destination, we're gonna be living in our car full time, 5 days out of the week while we work.
Yeah, and we don't mean YouTube work. We mean 40 more like 50 an hour a week, our regular jobs, and our YouTube.
Step 1, pan. Step 2, organic cacao. Step 3, oat milk. Step 4, honey. On the reels though, money isn't everything. We care a lot about health and how to do it on a budget. So while it seems like we're just making our bougie keto cacao, organic, hot chocolate. The truth is, we can do it because we buy these things at half off. They say you can either pay the farmer now or pay the doctor later. We're willing to pay the farmer now, especially since we can find such good deals from him.
She's cooking, but it's not in the kitchen. It's not even on the stove. It's good. It must taste so much different. It's gotta taste so much different. Somebody call Karen and tell her about this. We gotta get Kinsey out of here. Except for you don't, and I'd rather you not. Because here's the thing, folks. While we value the heck out of really good quality food, we tend just not to care about the heat mechanism that provides it. Could you imagine that?
Yeah, we poop in a bucket, but it's a compost bucket, so it's all natural. We're gonna need an extra bit of sawdust to cover that one up.
Sawdust? Coming right up.
And at least we're not pooping on our financial futures by paying a large sum in rent just to say we live in a flashy city.
Oh! Isn't it hard to believe that these are about ready to be the sled dogs pulling us all over town? You wouldn't. You would? You're gonna go crazy? Oh no. And boom.
Eddie, damn it, times have changed. Men can't tell women what to do anymore. Let it go, I'm breaking free. Tell him, Louie. Tell him, girl. Just kidding, this is one of their favorite games. Maya loves this. That's why her tail's wagging the whole time.
Okay, so in case you were wondering if maybe we're just a couple of silver spoon babies become YouTubers, here's some personal stats. Poverty?
Generational.
Yep. College?
Dropout. Arrests.
3 of them. Together, tens of thousands of dollars of debt. Mental illness, yeah. In tandem with that debt, long periods of time, I didn't want to live anymore. Sorry to kill the vibe, but these are things we gotta talk about, folks, because we're here to turn the page on that, and on that next page is solutions, tips, tricks, and yeah, some of them might lead you to poop in a bucket. But guess what? We believe it's worth it.
Absolutely.
And if you follow along, you can find out, because we're on our mission to get $1 million in our bank account, and we believe we can do it. So yeah, now it's our turn to tell you why. Why should you follow us?
It's simple, really.
We will do things so you don't have to. The tough, the odd, weird, even uncomfortable, sometimes the wrong things. So you don't have to.
Like getting into a boatload of debt and then cleaning up our finances.
And was that an easy, quick fix?
Nope.
We cleaned up our finances, but did we do it in a flash? Nope. Yeah. That's right. Not with quick fixes, but in a lot of cases through suffering, but doing it together and maybe even gracefully.
And so, if sometimes our channel seems like a step-by-step tutorial on how to turn this into this beautiful chocolate bar, well, that's because it is.
And that's because sometimes there's just not a better way for some of us. We either let the uphill battle of life, finances, and debt wear us down, or we become stronger and smarter as a result. Because here's the thing. We're going to show you our daily choices, and whether they're just embarrassing or flat out odd, that's okay with us. We would rather create our own path full of those things rather than just live out the same sad story that we've learned to recognize as normal. So if it's all right with you, we'd like to invite you into our not so normal.
Weird even. Strange.
That is, if you consider being on top of your financial game strange. If you consider wanting to have something you can call your own by the time you're 40, strange.
Retiring before you're 50, is that crazy? Are we crazy?
I mean, a lot of people are going to think we're crazy on that one. I mean, but we're not. So as you follow us on our weird, wild adventure of trying to create more value in our life,
we hope that you'll connect with us and tell us about your creative ways that you're getting out of your circumstance.
Yep, as you build more value or fail trying, share us, let us know. We just want to make a community out of this. And so, an important detail that we've mentioned, but we look forward to going into greater detail, which I really hope others will share their experiences with, is how we managed to find the amazing housing deal that we did. Because it wasn't simple. It took pushing ourselves to near homelessness because we just weren't sure if what we were trying to do was going to work.
Or if it was possible.
And it took just brute force, a couple thousand of messages.
Getting creative, asking for things that most people aren't going to ask for.
And here, after it all, we sit in our $600 a month, unconventional, but very spacious, dual living situation.
Super budget friendly.
And we've saved, we've been here months. We've saved
thousands. We have.
It's true. So true we said it twice. Like couscous.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And tutus.
Oh my gosh. All right. Part 4. In doggies. So what's next? Well, there's a lot. A whole lot. We are uprooting again. And we are doing it with the camper and still our little electric car. And we are taking ourselves all the way back to the East Coast.
Cross country with some flair.
Yep, so if you dare, come along as we share, because it's going to be wild, and that's nothing that I'm afraid to declare.
Ooh, that was good.
Add a little beat, a drum, and a snare. All right, I got to stop before I scare. But, yeah, it's going to be pretty redonkulous because, we're pulling a camper that's probably going to be about 1,000 pounds heavier than it should be for our car. Don't tell the people at our warranty.
Please.
But yeah, we're going to bring you all along. It should be a 2 or 3 day adventure because of our charging stops, and we're not going to do all fast charging. Some of them we're going to do slow so that we can climb back in the camper and take a snooze.
Yeah, it's a pretty good setup. And speaking of doing the weird things that are possibly socially unacceptable, once we get to our destination, we're going to be living in our car full time, 5 days out of the week while we work.
Yeah, and we don't mean YouTube work. We mean 40 more like 50 an hour a week, our regular jobs and our YouTube.
So that is going to be fun to see.
Yep, and we will be working Monday through Friday, and then we will be driving from Columbus back to Huntington, West Virginia to work on our properties, which we will then get to introduce you to, and it is going to be amazing. I mean, really, we're not going to play it off like, all this work. We've been dying to do this work. We've been waiting years to do this work, and it's here. It's now, and we're going to bring you along for it.
Fast tracking our freedom, baby.
Yep. And this isn't our first rodeo. So those of you all that followed us in Turkey, and if you haven't and you're new, go check it out. It was our first big go at freedom, and we learned a lot. We failed, by the way. And but to do it, we slept in our garage floor for a couple of weeks during winter with no insulation, no garage door.
It wasn't as nice as this one. Much less put together.
Touche. I didn't even realize that. We're back to... That's funny. That's too funny. We did that during the dead of winter, through having COVID, while working a total of 4 jobs between the two of us.
Yeah.
And it was just because that's what it took for us to chase our dream of, trying out life internationally. And while there wasn't the greatest success, the first goal was to get there, and that was a success. And it was because of the struggles and the challenges that we intentionally made ours.
And we are so far from giving up on our dreams of freedom, of traveling, of living how we want to. This is just the beginning.
Thankfully, as much as I love her charisma, it's not just the beginning, and that's an important fact. So we've actually been working on this plan to get our properties at this point, to have 40-hour week W-2 jobs at this point, and we have it all. It's crazy, and can't wait to tell you more of the story, but we're there. We're about ready to roll in Columbus with me making 30 an hour and Kinsey rocking 20 an hour, with plenty of overtime. And then the money we make from our properties, which we won't go too much into because we got to keep you coming back for those videos.
And since we're living in our car, we won't be paying any rent.
Boom. So you know how cool $600 with all utilities, including internet, is here in Denver?
Make it zero.
Not as cool as paying no dollars a month in Columbus will be. That's going to be awesome. And there's a good possibility with our jobs after 60 days, we get free housing. What?
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. So stay tuned. Lay your bets down in the comments whether you think we can do it or not. And get ready, because you don't even know the half of what we think we can do. But you're going to find out. Keep keeping on, and keep believing that you can do it. And if you ever need a reminder, ask us for one in the comments, and we'll happily give it to you.
And subscribe.
Ooh, please. It's about the only thing in life we'll ask for. Except for we're not really going to ask for that. We're going to try to earn it mostly. But we will take a second or two. It's not a bad ratio. We've been on here for minutes, and we just now got ASCII. Okay? Sheesh. If you would have hit the button already, we wouldn't have had to ask.
That's true.
Just think of that. Turn that finger right back here, and you'll find solutions. Peace.